Hello and welcome to your Java programming course, and in this video we're going to learn a new variable type, the char variable. Now the char variable is an abbreviation of character. A char variable can only contain a single character. So let's create a char variable so you can fully understand what I mean. Char, and let's call it ch, equals, and instead of double quotation marks we use single quotation marks when it comes to char. And we'll choose a random letter or character, so let's just say T. And it's as simple as that. Similar to string, but it can only hold one character. It can be any character as well, it can be the number 5, it can be a symbol. So let's just leave it as T at the moment. Printing it is the same as printing out a string variable. So for example, the system.out line will still print the letter T as if it were a string. Now I'm going to show you how to convert a char variable to a string. And the process is the exact same as converting an integer to a string. So string test equals double quotation marks plus ch. We have now just converted a char to a string. But what happens if we have to convert a string to a char? Now this introduces a new line of code. Let's begin by first removing the string test and creating it before the char. And we will call this string, word equals, and let's give it a random word like hello. Now, this new line of code is known as the char@at method. To use the char@at method, you have to first type in your variable dot char@, and brackets. Inside, you will have to place a number. First thing you need to know about this number is that it is assigned to a specific place in the variable. Now, if you look at the word hello, you see a total of 5 letters, or 5 characters in this case. Now, the numbering system for these characters you may assume is 1 to 5. The first letter being H, second E, and so on. But the number system when it comes to char@at starts at 0. So for H, it will be in the 0 place, E number 1, and so on. And the final one being 4, not 5. The char@at method uses this numbering system to select different characters. So in this case the number is 0, so the letter that will be selected is H. So let's first create an output and put our char variable inside. So when we run the program, you will notice that H is displayed. This is because the char@at method has ignored all other characters and selected the one character H. This can work for almost anything. It works for full sentences as well, such as hello world. We can even select the character white space, the space in between hello and world. You notice when we run the program, nothing is printed, but if you select the area, you notice that a space has been printed. That's because the character white space is still viable for char variables. We can also replace it with numbers or symbols such as 5 or star. It'll all work because they're all characters. And finally, how do we convert a char to a number? So let's suppose that the char variable is the number 5. So let's start by rewriting our code. Char ch equals 5, and we will create our int variable num. Now unfortunately there is no method for converting a char to an integer. To do so, you will have to first convert it to string and then to an integer by just combining the two parsing methods. So int num equals integer, now parse int, inside brackets we'll have our double quotations plus ch, and we'll close. Now let's create an output to test if it's an integer. So num plus 5. What this should do is give us the number 10. And it does indeed. In the next video, we're going to learn about the double variable as well as its own parsing rules.